And welcome to our weekly Friday night Icarus PatchNotes discussion. I'm here with Carl, so I'm gonna quickly hop over to Discord. Hey my man, how you doing?
Doing well yourself?
Not bad, not bad. It's Friday, weekend, new
Indeed.
Icarus patch, gameplay, the whole shebang.
Indeed.
So, this week 203, we're getting Workshop 5.56mm CHAC ammo. Filling the final gap in the Workshop ammo catalog with assault rifle ammo, and also announcing Icarus Console Edition. So welcome to week 203. This week we are rounding off the Workshop's ammo lineup with the addition of the CHAC 5.56mm rounds. This new option gives players a dependable option which can easily be acquired from the workshop to complete the current range of craftable ammunition.
False.
So for all the firearm ammunition, yeah, note how I do that. For all the firearm ammunition, there's now also a workshop variant.
Correct. However, which one is still missing since all of these years?
Throwing knives,
And
javelins.
well, that's particular to a weapon that you could purchase in the workshop for the past 2 years or since however long.
We have the javelin launcher, but you cannot buy javelins from the workshop. So
Yes, but we still can't buy crossbow bolts in the
okay,
workstation.
that one.
We
Yeah,
can
yeah,
still
yeah.
buy
Okay,
a
okay.
selection of arrows. We can buy ammo for rifles that we can't even buy from the workshop. But can we buy a crossbow bolt? No. You're stuck without ammo until you go up until at least
So
an
here's a
anvil
question for
drop.
you. Have you ever put this as a feature request in feature upvote?
I don't think it is required to do so, because it is called common sense. They're
If
making it.
if you haven't put a feature request in,
Yeah. Then I can't
then
complain about it anymore if they do
exactly.
add it in. But at the very least, until they do, I can quite reasonably and rightfully so complain about it. So
Nah,
that
just
doesn't.
put a feature request in, my man.
No, I don't do such things. I'm not
Yeah,
involved. But they need
then
to add
don't
the second
complain.
queue to the fire pit first. That's the first thing they need to do. But regardless, it is fine.
Anyway,
But yeah, improvements.
also next to the ammo, the Icarus Console Edition was just announced on the Galaxy's showcase earlier today. We'll include all the details on where to wishlist and follow for more information. We're also giving a quick preview of next week's patch, which will introduce new items to the rustic decoration set. Perfect for adding a bit of rugged charm to your base. For the improvements and fixes to the Echo device so it will work correctly for clients. Very handy for people who play on a dedicated server. Huh? Fixing issues where, in many cases, destructible mesh actors were not being correctly cleaned up on clients, meaning they would stay in the world when they should not have. Now, this is the pre-built structures and the editing structures for quests. I've had it a number of times where I had to restart a mission, abandon and restart, and it did not properly clean up the items. So they're working on that as well. Something I'm very happy about. Also, fixing the flamethrower's visual pilot light not working on clients. I mean, a small detail, but still. Huh? And fixes for nodes which could not be read correctly by clients when interacting with them in the inventory. I noticed this last week as well, or the last time as well. You had to place the nodes again in order to actually read them. You could not read them from your inventory. It's had annoying, but they've been fixing this. So that's good. Now for this week, CHAC 5.56mm ammo. The workshop has been updated with the addition of the 5.56mm ammo, available under the firearms section. Can be unlocked for 250 Ren, and each box of 25 rounds costs 100 Ren once unlocked. Designed for use with assault rifles, this variant deals 50 more damage than the standard planet crafted version. So it's basically a 40%, 25% increase. Damage increase. Acceptable. Still, when you can craft the assault rifle, because you can only craft it planet side, by then you should be able to craft your own ammo.
True,
But,
but I mean, we're going to be doing that as well. But it's also if you
yeah.
have abundance of rain and you want a better ammo pistol because you don't use, miasmic or incendiary or explosive or,
True.
ice cold infused nuclear powered radioactive tipped uranium depleted rounds, then, it's fine. It's just a quick purchase, just buy 4 of them because that's 1 stack of ammo. And then buy, 3 more stacks of ammo and you're golden because you shoot them out like candy. So
Oh yeah.
one box isn't going to even last you longer than
Well, assault rifle
including reload.
has a
12
50,
seconds?
15,
12
15 round magazine.
No, 20. It's got
20?
20 round mag.
So yeah,
So it's bam, 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 bam,
Yeah.
bam, 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 empty. And then
couple of
reload,
seconds, and indeed
reload,
another 100 Ren.
done. And that's 100 rand gone, just like that. So
So
definitely,
yeah, it's definitely going to be a money pit.
oh yeah, definitely the biggest one they have so far. Because technically you could use the pistol rounds on the SMG. So
Yup.
technically that would be less damage as well. And
Then
it
has a
shoots
very
slower,
fast rate of fire as well. Yeah, the SMG.
Yeah.
True.
yeah. So, but yeah, either way, we're gonna be building an assault carbide planet side because I want one. So I think I have one. Didn't we build one?
I thought we did already. Yeah, because
think so.
you have been
I put it-
making the 5.56 mil ammo, definitely.
Yeah. So then we definitely have one. Yeah, no. Then I'll buy some of the stuff to test it out as well. We'll test it out in the target.
So with this update, all current firearm ammo types
Yeah,
now have
there we
a workshop option, giving players a complete selection of firearm ammunition to suit their preferred loadouts.
Thank you very much. Thank you for taking my peeve into consideration because I was on both of those going to be like false lies. They lied to me.
We thought it was important to round off all the firearm ammo types before the addition of new weapons and ammo types in the future.
That's such falseness. What about crossbow bolts?
I did say firearm ammo, my man.
No, I know you did.
Yeah,
No, you did. You
true.
did. But,
I know.
yeah.
But yeah, like I said, just put a feature request into feature upvote.
Like I said, it is what it is. It's been there, dude, for years. It really surprises me that. I mean, I understand that the unpopularity of the crossbows because they do suck. Period. However, the titanium one I think is the one that has the magazine of 6 bolts.
Yeah.
It is
The
very
platinum.
impressive how
The platinum
how
has a
good it is.
4-shot and the titanium 6-shot, I believe.
And
Magazine.
it definitely changes the weapon significantly.
Oh, yeah.
So if anyone is listening and hates crossbows as much as I do, and trust me, that's difficult because I hate them with a passion, then, definitely the javelin launcher that we have is actually quite fun. I mean, we've tested that a couple of times now, and
Yep.
it's actually ridiculously overpowered. And I don't use the crossbow as much anymore. However, it's still on the hotbar and probably will stay there because of the double shot perks that you can get out of the mods on it. So it's
Yeah,
definitely
the
enjoyable.
biggest disadvantage of the crossbows is the slow reload. So if you have a crossbow with magazine, definitely changes the whole playstyle with
does.
crossbows.
It does. And it's actually, like I said, it's definitely just another weapon to switch to that you can quickly just shoot off your shots.
Yeah, and it's doing decent damage per bolt.
Yeah, it does. And like I said, with the double proc, that is quite quite frequent on my crossbows, then yeah, it is worth it to keep it.
Yep.
But moving on.
So, announcing the Icarus Console Edition. Today we are excited to announce that a console version of Icarus has been under development by Grip Digital with a planned release date in 2026. We will have more information in the coming weeks, which will be posted alongside the brief FAQ in the Icarus Console channel in the Icarus Discord. You can wishlist for either platform using the links below, and there's the links for both the Xbox and the PlayStation.
So it is dual both environment. That is interesting. So that's
Ah.
nice.
Now, I'm no console player. I don't even own a console, so I can't say anything about console from own experience.
But what I can say is that I will imagine that playing Icarus on a console will be with a joystick will be quite a bit more difficult than it is for us. But I presume there would be somewhat of a integration type of thing where maybe it has an auto lock on or something like that whilst you're playing the game. But
We
it
have
would be
tested the talent for auto lock
yeah,
back in the
but
days, and it
but that's
locks on center mass instead of critical areas. So you're
but
aiming on to the head of an enemy right in front of you, but the lock on talent moves it to lock on the center mass. So
yeah, but you
it was
still
very hard to get the crit shots in.
no, it is, but it's just I just don't see it working that well at all if it's just a copy paste for multiple reasons, as I've mentioned. One of those, but
True.
like I said, I don't want to go into the negativities of it, so I don't want to doom it prior to it actually being, officially released and getting people to play it. There is actually a gap on consoles for this genre in general because other, base building games such as, Sons of the Forest or all these kinds of other survival horror or just survival building planetary kind of side games. As far as I'm aware, there isn't a lot of console versions of those, and therefore, if people do actually wanted to get like into that type of genre and that being available on console, and people actually enjoying it perhaps, and maybe they do sort of change the mechanics a little bit. Like I said, I'm not sure exactly what would be the main idea, that it would be, hopefully selling well.
Yeah.
So let's hope for the best.
Yeah. So I have not looked at this announcement actually, so I have no idea whether or not crossplay is going to be a thing. I don't know.
Yeah,
But
it's the probably you might just be able to join the same servers, but we'll have to see. It's to be determined.
But yeah, it is coming to the console, and I have seen comments from people who are quite happy about this.
Good.
They're like, hey, I don't have a PC powerful enough to play Icarus, so let's see if we can run it on the PS5, for example.
Well, yes, that's possible. Yeah, I mean, it just depends on several factors. One of those might be is that it's actually is like it's on an Xbox Live format, so that you actually stream the game rather than running it locally on the local hardware,
That
and
would
then
be
doesn't
a
upscale
difference
frame rate.
already.
Exactly. So, I mean, there are multiple, factors to take into consideration, but one of those, if I have to go negative route, is the fact that a large portion of the PlayStation GPU chips are AMD, and if AMD didn't
Yeah.
want to optimize for the PC, perhaps here's a caveat, maybe a silver lining on that cloud.
This could indeed
Perhaps
mean
this might mean that AMD might pull, fist from where and
dark
actually
place.
do some improvements.
Yeah.
So yes, that sounds like a silver lining, possibly,
Yeah,
theoretically.
your player base, potential player base, does increase when you port it to console. So
And like I said, it is a unique genre of game that I'm not too familiar with. I mean, obviously you've got like various other games, but a more large portion of the games I'm thinking of that compete or compare, such as Valheim, plus install, insert a bunch of other games like I mentioned. There isn't a lot of console ones of those, and
I
if
have
the
no idea
console
whether or
genre
not
people
Valheim is a console though.
is it?
Let me quickly check.
I doubt it. Like I said, I don't think it would be. But I think actually Valheim would play much easier on console, by a significant amount easier.
Xbox
So
One,
if it
Xbox
isn't,
Series was released about 2 years after it was released for PC.
so it is on
Doesn't
Xbox
doesn't
console.
state anything about PlayStation though.
All right, but it is on a console, so that's the thing. So there are and I would imagine because you can actually play it like Xbox,
Oh, actually,
like Steam has a library out on Xbox.
Valheim will be arriving to PlayStation 5 in 2026.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Oh, okay.
so
So
Valheim
then it
is
would be.
doing console as well. Yeah,
Now, then it would also be interesting to see it statistically speaking how many people actually play, that game
true.
compared to it. But like I said, it's a good. It's good to add diversity and to get to another device. So
Anyway, next week, new rustic decorations. Next week we will be expanding the existing rustic decoration set with several new items, giving you more ways to customize and decorate your base. Check out the image before for a small preview. The image below, I think they mean, for a small preview. It's a nice new lamp. I think the
Probably
rest
new
was there. Maybe
table.
the shelf.
Yeah, no, the shelf maybe, but the table, I don't think there's such a
There was a
table. I mean,
table
that's a very
already, I
narrow.
thought.
Yeah, but that's a very narrow table. That's more like a
Yeah.
desk table than it is
Coffee
like a.
table. I don't know.
Not a
But
coffee
yeah.
table. That's like a.
But it's
Yeah.
very good for people who spend a lot of time in base, sprucing up the place and decorating everything.
Well, you want to make your
Mm,
home welcoming, so.
true, but you know, we usually go for function over fashion.
Yeah.
So
I'm not the one
we,
that put a 20-story tall, massive behemoth trophy rug and glass encased thing in it. You know, that's not very practical, but okay.
in
That's
general, in co-op, we don't do a whole lot in decoration.
no,
And like I usually don't compose like an entire science corner with desks and laptops and
true, 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 true. Yeah. It's a fair point. It's a fair
yeah.
point. It
But
is
yeah,
fun to dabble in, so. But change logs. That's
yeah.
all we're gonna first promote.
So your support makes these updates possible. If you do want to support the devs in developing the game and continue developing the game, consider buying some of the DLCs, like the Great Hunt campaign. Keep in mind, if you want to play the Great Hunt campaign fully, you will need to have both the Styx and Prometheus maps as well. So Styx DLC and New Frontiers DLC. Or just go all out and buy the dynamic bundle, complete the set, which is basically everything you don't have yet is included there. Dynamic bundle, dynamic pricing. So yeah, if you want to support the devs, consider buying some of the DLCs. Changelog, the new content, basically the new ammo.
Yep. Pretty much fixed.
Fixes. Fix a berry bush LED screen size values. Okay. Temporary fix for a reinforced glass not crafting on dedicated clients with a water supply. Now I hope this fix is not only for the glass working bench, but for all benches with an active water connection. Even though the bench is connected to water, it does not take water from the water connection. So you need a water container in there which holds enough water for your current crafting, not the entire cube, but the current stack you're crafting. If there is such a water container in, it will not draw the water from the container, it will draw it from the water connection. I've seen this, for example, in my kitchen bench, in the stove. So I just put a 50-liter water tank in there, and it hasn't used anything from the water tank. It is using water from the water connection. But you take out the water container and then it stops working. The same for reinforced glass in the glass working bench. If you have no water container in the glass working bench, you cannot craft any reinforced glass, even when it's connected to a water supply. So I hope they fix this for all the benches. Fix Olympus not translated on open world selection. I mean, how do you want to translate Olympus? Unless it's into like Cyrillic or Chinese or Japanese, Korean languages.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't play in any of those languages.
Yep.
Fix banditi setup for slugs. Will this mean that if a visit aggroes on you and he stands up, that his crit point will actually be his head instead of his belly?
Possibly. It is possible.
Because that is a long-standing issue, which is
correct.
weird, but Like once you know where to shoot, then you can still crit him.
True. I mean, we can definitely find one. I mean, we're probably going to be
Yep.
through, a couple of zones which might have them, so, we'll definitely stumble on some of them.
You say so, but we're playing sticks.
Oh, yeah.
So.
Yeah, well.
I can check it on my solo play tomorrow.
The one about fixing the physics on
Extended.
biofuel lamp when dropped was
Yeah.
interesting because I haven't really dropped my biofuel lamp, but I would have imagined if I did, it would go scrunch and crash and smash and just shatter.
Well,
and
I think it's more like bouncing off into the distance.
Well, I have no idea what would have happened, but I am going to be testing now what's gonna happen.
You need to buy a fuel lamp for it though.
I have a biofuel.
So
Oh no! I have a fuel lamp. I've got the fat
animal
fuel
fat.
lamp. Ah, okay. Yeah,
Actually, the animal fat one does have the advantage that it is providing a little bit of heat when it's burning. So you're good for in the Arctic. Let's see, extended the range of boss health bars in dense. So if you fight, for example, the Great Hunt bosses in the instanced levels, you can see the health bars from a bit further away. Always handy. Weather forecast no longer is left aligned, shifting its position based on version number. Well, it's now no longer left aligned. The version number of the game is not visible when you're playing, I thought. I will see.
Yeah.
Flamethrower pilot lines we've talked about. Fixed burrows should only take extra damage from tools that have a mining radius. Now we're talking about the Corite burrows and Garganaton burrows. Should only take extra damage from tools that have a mining radius. So hitting it with an axe is going to be way less effective than hitting it with a pickaxe. The same goes for bullets and arrows. Taking it out from a distance, yeah, okay, you're going to need more ammo now. Go in with a pickaxe, you'll still mine it pretty quickly.
Yep.
And we did indeed quickly talk about the biofuel lamp. Future content. Let's have a... Adding more appropriate garlic harvest audio after hearing it in the wild. So they had some audio for it and then they heard it actually in the wild and were like, yeah, that doesn't really sound like the one we have in game. Let's put a more realistic one in the game.
Well, garlic is grown underground.
I have no idea.
It's a bulb. It's a bulb. It's like an onion. It's growing underground. So harvesting it is the sound of picking it up out of the
Like
ground.
pulling it out of the ground.
Yes.
Yeah.
So maybe if they had like a
Pick it
berry
from a
picking
bush, yeah.
sound, that it would definitely be the wrong one. So, but yeah, we haven't seen garlic, which means
It's going to
garlic
be
released?
Elysium. No, it's going to
I
be
thought
Elysium
so.
most likely.
I was about to say, yeah. So we don't know what it sounded like and what it's going to sound like until we use it. So we'll see. But it should sound like pretty much harvesting a carrot. It's the same idea.
Yeah. Worm Queen Mission 5, some fixes.
Yeah. And
Adjustment to Silver Pool Worm and Hopper Jump. Frostplane Mosswood biome transition. A refined Child Wind Gorge and Crashite biome edges. Chilled Wind Gorge. Sounds good.
I see they added an SK bow crossbow lithium with animations. So obviously both bow and crossbows are also going to get lithium variations.
Crossbow. So SK bow category, and then item crossbow variant lithium. I reckon.
Could be, yeah. I would imagine as well, yeah. But crossbow was the thing, so
Yeah.
hopefully it's going to be magazine fed, or else that's an item that might as well just not exist.
As we talked about, adding magazines definitely changes the gameplay for crossbows, so you kind of circumvent the very slow reload there, which is usually the biggest holdup for it. Yep.
Well, it's still, it takes time to reload it because you can't usually kill everything with like one magazine clip, even if you have 6, bolts in the mag. So
titanium bolts or composite bolts, they do a lot of damage.
No, they do, and again, it's very fun.
And still, like the loading of a new arrow from the magazine still takes some time, obviously.
It's not too bad.
It's not too bad indeed.
the carrot cake and stuff like that. But it is what it is.
New Queen Bee blueprint specific for the flying overhead quest. So the other one is purely for the boss fight. So we get 2 different types of behaviors for the Central Queen. Radiation modifier is going to have audio apparently. Cool.
You see that they made adjustments to a lithium bow, the Reaver Aurora volume, and the wetlands fog ambience.
Frog, not fog, but frog.
Oh, I thought it said fog. Frog.
Frog.
So frog, and some special lowering and during storm events. So
Yeah.
obviously.
So then the frogs keep quiet, etc.
Yeah, I mean, I would imagine she'd be drowned out by the sound of like rain or anything else pattering about. But yeah.
The line below fine-tunes the volumes and spatializers for the Cree to better balance for its size. Have we had that one before, Cree?
Cree.
C-R-E.
Yeah, no. I would imagine it's yet again just different teams calling the same creature just by different handles.
Good. Yeah, Cree is abbreviation for creature, hopper creature.
Could have, for example, be the case, yeah, which might be the juvie, raptor, for example. Like I said, it really just depends on several factors, but. So they're
Mission 5, collect mission, 5 notes.
Cave. So probably a special mission yet again that sort of has a special Eden Cave, which is probably like even more carrying on of the storyline, which has a more emotional tie affiliated to it, because you would either see more evidence of certain things, but then special music to emphasize the moment would also be good, because music is very important to immersion.
Definitely.
So,
Yeti, tweak Yeti critical hit area.
Correct. Yeah, I mean, we did read about the Yeti before, so they're definitely adding changes to it. That's definitely.
So the animations in the first pass pretty much behaves as a juvie ape right now. So yeah, basically an Arctic ape, Yeti.
Yeah, it'll be an Arctic gargantuan, basically. So.
Let's see, quickly going over the mission ones. Flare gun. Adding flare gun, flares, recipes, blueprints, descriptions, animations, icons, etc.
Interesting. I mean, flare arrows do exist, and we've used them, as far as I can recall, effectively only like once or twice. So there is a very niche.
This is going to be like an upgrade to it, flare gun, and in one of the missions we actually going to have to use a flare gun.
Well, it would help at night if you could shoot it up in the air that illuminates the area so that you could actually see what you're fighting without having to be blind as a bat. So I mean, it really depends. There was a specific mission that we had to go do at night, or else we would usually prefer to do things once we could see what's jumping our faces.
Not really. Yeah, no, the only one where you had to do it at night was pick a flower, because it was only blooming at night.
No, we had to go kill a wolf.
That one actually, it's only spawned at night, but if you came in the morning after, like you run through the camp at night and you run away again, it would stay there, and in the morning you could kill it.
Yeah, but if you read the mission and listen to what's being said, and then it says you need to go there at night to get the thing to spawn, and then you go there at night, and then this wolf
fight it at night. Yep.
Because it's like, yeah, I'm here now. The thing hits there now. I can't see it. It's either there or there or there or there, but it's chomping my leg, so now it's here. So, unless you have the flares at that point in time,
Well, it was a black wolf, so you could just look for its yellow eyes.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Only visible if it's facing you, obviously, but.
But we did use but like I said, yeah. So flare gun, great. Flare arrows exist, but we've rarely used it. So unless there's a significant change to it and missions which require certain time zones and only, keep them spawning at night, for example, would be, not as useful. But moving on.
Make the chew rideable with quick tamer saddle.
Yeah.
So quick timer saddle, we have talked about that one before. What's it gonna do? Like, you can only put a saddle on once it is tamed, so a saddle to speed up the taming progress, it is not. So what exactly is going to be the quick tamer saddle? But if there's going to be an animal which you can like only ride if you have a specific saddle, the quick tamer saddle, and this is like the only way to actually get a chew as a mount. That's going to be interesting. It does make one wonder, how do you get the saddle on the chew? Do you have to like knock it out first or something, or sneak up to it and then quickly throw on the saddle and jump on?
Yeah, possibly. I mean, there's multiple things that could be done, but yeah, all of those sound valid. Or you would just basically capture it and then, with a lasso, tie it to a post, and then break it in like people did with the Mustangs back in the day in the Wild West, which is you
Yeah,
put a
also
saddle
possible.
on it, trying to not be beaten to death, and then you just get on and hold on for dear life, and eventually you break its spirits, and then there you go, tamed.
Yeah.
Or at least that's in theory.
Like the snare trap, how you catch wolves
Yeah,
and hyenas
for example.
and
Yeah,
boars.
pretty
Yeah,
much. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much.
that's also a possibility.
And then it'll just kick you off a couple of times, get on, get kicked off, get on, kicked off. Okay, great, you've tamed
Then you
it.
break a leg, and then you have to quickly use a splint, and then you have to like stay on it for a certain. I mean, they can make a quick game out of it.
Oh yeah, like a mini game. Yeah,
Yeah,
that'll be awesome. Like you have to push the right arrows and hold the balance, or else get kicked off, kind
yeah,
of thing. That'll be more entertaining, indeed.
yeah.
I mean,
And
that makes it
then
more interactive. So.
yeah, and then like you have to stay on his back for a certain
Yep.
amount of time. And
Yeah, I haven't played any game ever that ever had any type of a radio, like a rodeo kind of themed, stay on the horse, push this button, push that button, okay, hold on, do left, do right kind of thing. Okay, he's starting to tire out, okay, it's getting there, okay, great, now he's timed kind of thing. I mean, it's a little bit, a bit beyond, which might be, like, I mean, at the moment, it's just like, yeah, feed him, give him a place
yeah,
to lie down, because it's a juvenile and they grow up, but maybe definitely certain
either
creatures.
that or feeded carcasses if it is if it is a
A dog.
tame, like
Yeah, for
a
example,
wolf or a hyena. Yeah,
yeah. Exactly. Or like, yeah, in Valheim's case, yeah, just feed it carcasses and,
yeah,
do all that stuff until it is tamed,
yeah.
that's not as fun as, for example, breaking it in and, having a different mechanic. So
Yeah.
that's maybe
And
both would be valid,
a
but
bit more
obviously the
involved.
taming saddle, exactly, it will be more involved and quicker. So quick taming saddle.
Quicker
So
if
yeah,
you manage to actually tame it.
correct.
And then what
But
will happen if you fail? Will it break free and take the saddle with you?
no, I doubt it. It'll just be maybe. I don't know. Maybe it's got a limited durability, and
Yeah.
then it would need to get destroyed. I don't know. It's
You have
possible.
to buy it from a workshop, or at least you can buy it from the workshop. Maybe you can craft it planet side as well, but workshop
So,
quick tamer saddle.
so scrolling down quite a bit because I see some Elysium missions and changes to a rock golem and yada yada. But then there's adding a female radiation co-scatter. Now it's COUGH. So it sounds like a creature.
Uh,
Because they're also adding more male. What is this?
Female radiation cuff scatter. Yeah,
Cough
adding more
scatter.
male cuff variations. You know the
Oh, so
audio?
just coughing. So just
Yes,
coughing.
sir.
Okay.
Just coughing.
Okay. So just. Okay. So I was about. Okay. All right. Because
Yeah.
of radiation, coughing.
Eh,
Okay. All right.
like it's affecting
Making
your
you sick. Yeah. I mean,
respiratory
yeah, you're getting
system.
sick.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that makes sense. To
Reduce
some
casting
extent.
time of flare-ins. Flares.
Yeah.
Let's see if there was anything here when I was going through the patch notes, because there were a couple of things I found interesting. I'm quickly scrolling back up a little bit to
Go
go
for it. Go
through
for it.
the stuff. Improved accuracy in the Orca capture setup. Removed the head crit spot. So when fighting an Orca, head is no longer a crit zone.
Yeah,
Keep
again, I
that
have
in
to see the
mind.
creature with my own eyes to be able to determine what
Yeah,
I'm going
but
to be shooting at.
but if it is very heavily armored in the head, then yeah, of course, it's not going to be a crit
Yeah.
zone.
I mean, his eyeball should still be one, but you know, it's
Adding
depends if it
important,
has eyeballs. So
true, true. Adding important music to emotionally enhance dramatic scene.
yeah, that's correct.
Like we
That's
said,
similar to the one we read in regarding
music very
entering
important. Yep.
New Eden, for example. Yeah, so it's like yeah, there are certain definitely emphasizing audio during to increase immersion is important.
Uh, there's some talk about some mapping stuff
Yeah,
somewhere in between,
I
but
usually ignore those because why
uh,
talk about a map that
it's
we don't have
not
access
the
to?
map as such, I think. But if they're talking about a mapping tool and usable whilst on a mount or something, then I'd say, hey, is this
That's an
maybe,
item.
yeah, like so
Yeah.
you can, I don't know. I mean, you can already open the map when you're on your mount. So I don't know what's there. But this one is interesting. Elysium 2 mission. Spawn a single Reaver during the search of Station 2. As they are alphas of the environment, it's too difficult otherwise. Meaning a Reaver is going to be a tough one.
Yeah. I mean, it sounds like it. I would imagine it to be the case because it sounds, if I remember correctly, it would be sort of said like a raptor-ish-esque kind of
Yeah.
creature, or at least I think it to be by the sound of it.
And
But
if the devs say like, yeah, you can't handle two,
yeah,
okay.
and we'll see. I mean, there was also, it is like radiation, so it could be like a death claw-esque kind of creature. And then, yeah, you don't want to be
Yeah.
dealing with two of those things at the
Oh,
same time.
definitely.
That's not fine.
Yeah.
So, no thanks.
Okay, let's see. Fixed invisible bolt on loaded lithium crossbow. Well, this issue is not only on the lithium crossbow, but fixed Storka becoming low orbit satellites when being killed. Mission collision setup. You kill it and then all of a sudden it flies up in the air. And then you can't skin it. Yeah, that's good. Removed montage blending causing popping on lithium crossbow reloads. Sorry, Karel. Removed magazine capabilities from lithium crossbow to shoot animations.
Well, there the item, like I said, just becomes pure trash. Congratulations. It's not
Now
even
it
worth it because,
might be a visible big magazine, and it might still have a small internal magazine.
no, it's fine. Just no magazine is fine. I mean, like I said, if you have a bow versus a crossbow, crossbows have always been just significantly worse considering the rate of fire, the mobility, and even the damage. I mean, output downrange within a certain period of time, which is what matters. Then yeah, just remove a magazine and nobody's going to use it. In fact, even currently, like I said, if you're looking towards, the usefulness of weapons, I'm pretty sure people still use bows and they can't use a crossbow because you can't even take crossbow ammo down from workstation because it's not even sold in the workshop. So yes, it is what it
Yeah.
is. So it doesn't matter.
Added new abomination animations. It's going to be an abomination like we have in Valheim. In the
I would
swamp.
imagine it to be like a yeti maybe. So
No.
it could be like a swamp variation of it as well, but
Well, there is
it's
going
an
to be,
abomination.
the forest variants, but then again, forest monk is just going to be Gargantuans, I'd say.
Exactly, yeah. So it's over there, but the swamp version could be like an abomination, or well,
True.
maybe it's a new creature cross, like it is basically like a wood like, a big thing. But I doubt there would be another enemy. I mean, they currently have enough things that are trying to kill us. So I mean, adding
So, hey,
another.
it's supposed to be harder,
No, it
I
would
hope.
be. I mean, there's everyone new stuff, but yeah, I mean.
Mm.
Also, it could be like a new, bigger, not immediately hostile-esque type of creature, which could be, something that you would not want to anger unless you're really prepared to kill it quickly, such as a mammoth
It
or,
just wants to hug you, come on.
yeah, with its, big branch-like tendrils and, whatever have you. So yeah, we'll see.
Fix clients can't right click to read notes from inventory. We talked about that one already. It's in the fixes.
Yeah.
missions. This one as well. Fixes were non-replicated structurable mesh access point being cleaned up. Also in the fixes. I think that's the most noteworthy ones for us in the future content.
Yeah.
Which means we're gonna take a 10-15 minute break and then we're gonna play some Icarus sticks. We are still working on the Ironclad mission, so let's see if we how far we can come today.
We should finish it.
So I'm gonna do the stream outro and I'll be back for you in a sec. So those were the patch notes. We do this every Friday night, going through the patch notes, so you don't have to. Always fun to do, especially the future content stuff. But yeah, now if you did enjoy having us go through the patch notes and you want to get notified next time I stream, feel free to hit that follow button. Or if you watch this on YouTube and you want to get notified next time I upload something, feel free to hit the subscribe button. Other than that, thanks for being here. I really appreciate it. I hope you had a good time. And we'll see you folks back in the new stream in some 10 to 15 minutes.